Now that we've modeled the pipes below the ceiling, in this next step we're going to have to connect them to the fixtures. So we're going to start with this floor drain over here. Before we do anything, we're going to have to go back to the CAD plan and double check. And if we take a look here, we can see that the plan says the pipe's diameter is supposed to be 75, but as for the floor drain itself, it says FD 2 inches. If you recall, we've said that this is one of the contradictory things about which we're going to have to put a comment. But anyway, I'm going to change the diameter to 75 because that's what the plan said. Now I'm going to create a section, click and click. Then I'm going to bring this section a little lower, and I'm going to also make it a little tight. Now I'm going to right click on it and go to view. So what we're going to do is that we're going to try to connect this pipe to this floor drain. Now because our floor drain is in an architectural file, we can't just simply and directly connect it to this pipe down here. So our solution is to place this pipe at an approximate location from the floor drain. But we're going to also need to place a trap fitting for it. So I'm going to right click on this pipe, select draw pipe. Then I'm going to raise this pipe at a straight line. And I am aware that I shouldn't do that and I need to place a trap. But let's draw the pipe first. Then I'm going to align it AL, then select the axis of the floor drain, then the axis of the pipe. Now I'm going to select and delete this 90-degree elbow, and we only drew the pipe all the way just to have these two pipes in the right positions. After this, we can place our trap fitting. So first we're going to have to load the family for it by going up to the Insert tab, then selecting Load Family. Then we're going to go through the project files where I've put this family for you. So we're going to select it and open. Also, it's just been upgraded from version 2017 to 2025. Now to place it, we go to the Systems tab. Then we're going to select the Pipe Fitting command, or we could just use its shortcut, which is PF. Now I'm going to hover on the axis of this pipe, and then click, which will adapt the trap's diameter with the pipes. Now I'll rotate it twice, and then I'm going to get the Align command. AL, then align the axis of this pipe with the axis of this trap fitting, and then I'm going to drag this pipe backwards, and then I'm going to press the tab key from the keyboard once to highlight the pipe's connector, and then I'm going to let go of the mouse to connect these two together. So there goes the floor drain. Now let's go see how the pipes are connected to the wall hang toilets. So basically we would be having a tank like this inside the wall, from under which the water comes inside the toilet, and then for the discharge we've got another pipe down here which leads down, and so all I need to do is to lead the pipe below the ceiling upwards so that it reaches this point and connects to this pipe. We can also see that more clearly over in this image where we've got the connection for the sewer pipe. So to model that, all we need to do is to right click on here, select draw pipe, and just raise the pipe upwards. So for the elevation, I'm going to make it 0, then click apply twice, and that's it. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this one as well. Right click, select draw pipe, and then I'm going to raise the pipe up to 0 elevation, click apply twice, and there we go. Also for this floor drain, we're going to have to adjust the diameters. So I'll just hold the control key, select this pipe, the elbow, and this other pipe, and then I'm going to change all their diameters to 75. Also, I could grab this transition and bring it back and move it as close as possible to the T fitting next to it. Now let's go on to this section and bring it over here. Right click on it and go to view. And then just like the previous one, we're going to right click on this pipe, select draw pipe, and then I'm going to raise this pipe all the way to the FFL. Then I'll get the Align command AL, then select the axis of the floor drain and align it with the pipe's axis. Then I'm going to delete this elbow, and then I'm going to use the shortcut PF to get the pipe fitting. Then I'm going to click on here to place it, then I'm going to rotate it till it's facing in this direction, and then I'm going to get the Align command again. Align the axis of this pipe, and then click on the axis of the trap fitting. Now I'm going to drag this pipe backwards, then press the tab key, and once the trap's connector is highlighted, I'll just leave the mouse and they'll connect. Now let's head back to the plan. And so we've connected the pipes to the fixtures on the side. Now as for this floor drain over here, once again we're going to have to change the diameter to 75. Then I'm going to also bring this transition closer to the T-fitting, and then I'm going to create a section along these pipes. So we're going to place it this way, and I'm going to also make the section tighter so that it covers only this pipe. Now right click and go to View. Now if you take a look over here, after we've placed the transition, we also changed the pipe's vertical justification back to middle, and now the change of diameters will be applied to after this pipe. So to prevent that from happening, first we're going to have to select this pipe and then change its diameter to 50. And after that, I'm going to change the vertical justification to bottom, and then again I'll change the diameter to 75. And once again, I'm going to change the vertical justification back to middle. So now we're good to go with the diameters. Also, I'm going to expand the section from the side so we could also see the floor drain. Now right click on here, select Draw Pipe. Make sure slope is up. I'm going to draw a little more, and then I'm going to go up all the way to the FFL. Now I'll get the Align command, AL, select the axis of the floor drain, and then the pipes to align it with it. Next I'm going to delete this elbow, then hit PF for pipe fitting. Now once I see the trap's preview, I'm going to hover on the pipe's axis, then click to place it, and then I'll rotate it twice. Now in order to connect this trap to the pipe correctly, first I'm going to move this transition to the left by using the arrow keys in the keyboard. Now I'm going to align them AL, select the axis of the pipe and the axis of the trap. Now I'm going to drag this pipe backwards, and then I'll press the Tab key. And once I see this purple circle for the connector, I'm going to let go. Now the error that we get says that there was not enough room to place the required fittings. So because there wasn't enough room, we could not connect these two elements together properly. So something I can do to fix that is I could take this pipe and move it to the right, and grab this transition and move it to the right as well to create enough room. And now I'm going to get the Align command, AL, to align the axis of this pipe and the axis of this strap, and then I'm going to drag this pipe and press the Tab key, but you can see that once again we get an error. So another solution for this is I'm going to select this pipe, then copy it, and put the copy over here. Now I'm going to align them, AL, and align the axis of these two pipes together. Now I'm going to align the axis of this pipe and the axis of the trap, and then I'm going to select this second copied pipe, then drag it towards the trap's end, then press the Tab key, and connect it to the trap fitting. Then I'll use the Trim tool TR, and this time connect the pipes together. But in case they couldn't still connect just like right now, you'll have to align them again. After that, you're going to have to go back to your plan, then align these two together as well. Now we can go ahead and drag this pipe, then press the Tab key and let go, and connect the pipes together successfully. Now I'm going to grab the transition and move it back closer to the T-fitting, and also select this pipe and bring it to the left, right under the floor drain and along its axis. Now let's go back to the plan. And so now we are finished with connecting all of the pipes to the fixtures for this site.